Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP army. Appreciate all the love. Let's get right in today's update and see what's happening, and of course what we could be expecting going into Sunday morning. So looking across the board, if we're looking across the broader market, a lot of coins are actually in green, which is again something I'm sure no one's really complaining about. Obviously, Bitcoin is something we want to be paying attention to closely, but we'll definitely take a green day. I'm sure no one's really complaining. Some big gainers actually, some double-digit gainers across the board. I can literally see like five different ones right now. So that's a good sign. Of course, XRP's price right now currently sitting at $2.82. It's up about 0.1% in USD and up about 0.4% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap 168.2 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at about $1.7 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So look at this. Bitcoin has closed above $100,000 for 122 days in a row. Meaning the price of Bitcoin has not dropped below 100,000 for the last 122 days. And yet, I totally agree with what Zoe says, and people are bearish. I totally agree with that. People are not looking at the bigger picture as to see, where Bitcoin was just last month. We actually hit a new all-time high. But again, the smart money is accumulating Bitcoin like never before. Big corporations are buying Bitcoin like never before. And a perfect example of that I'll share with you right here. Public companies is now holding over 1 million Bitcoin. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So speaking about Bitcoin, 10 years ago, you could have bought the new iPhone or 3 BTC. That's actually insane to put in perspective. That's actually insane because now that Bitcoin is well over 300,000, and your iPhone back then, in 2015, what iPhone was out? I think the iPhone 5 maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So that iPhone right now is probably in your drawer if you had one, or you just like chucked it out. But whatever the case is, when you put it into this type of perspective, you really feel that, FOMO. And again, it's something I'm sure everyone feels, including myself, because that's, I've knew about Bitcoin very early on, but never really understood the potential of BTC until, of course, 2016. But let's take a look at this. Data from XRP scan shows Coinbase XRP holdings have been reduced 69% in 3 months. Falling from 780 million XRP to only 199 million between June and August. So I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, what does this even mean? This is actually a really bullish indication, and let me explain why. So when you're trading on an exchange, it's not just out of thin air that you're buying these coins off of. That specific exchange actually holds that coin. So like if you're trading XRP, they'll actually have XRP in their wallet. Again, with Coinbase specifically, which again is by far one of if not the largest fiat gateway out there when it comes to crypto, and you could see 69% decrease. So I'm sure you guys are probably wrapping your head around and saying, Crypto ZX, what in the world are you talking about? So what this pretty much means is, let's say people bought XRP on Binance, right? Let's say you had Ethereum, Bitcoin, or any stable coin, and you were like, hey, you know what, I want to buy XRP, and you converted them to XRP token. If you buy and sell on an exchange and obviously put it into your account, that's still on the exchange, like the coins still stay on the exchange itself. But what this is showing is money is leaving the exchange. It's no longer on Coinbase, meaning people are actually putting away their XRP into their wallets, which indicates people are in it for the long haul. That usually is a nice way to kind of look at it. When you see people taking money off of and speaking about off of the exchanges, I cannot stress this enough. No matter which exchanges it is, guys, take your money off of the exchanges. not your keys, not your coins. Simple as that. Literally simple as that. We've seen the biggest exchanges get compromised, and I think the best thing for you to do is have your own, ledgers or hardware wallets and hold your own, coins. It's very, very important. But what this also kind of going back to my point before I kind of steered away, what this pretty much means is, people are actually holding their coins for the long term and no longer want to keep it on the exchange, which is a bullish sign in my opinion. And again, if you know basic economic rule, supply and demand, if there's such a shortage of supply on Coinbase, when you do see volume kicking in, when you see a lot of excitement kicking in, this could really be a positive thing for the price of XRP. But that is as of recording this update, of course. We'll see what happens as time goes by. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. And shout out to Zoom for saying XRP and the whole market will not keep moving sideways. XRP's triangle seems to be closing into itself in the next 7 to 8 days. No, I'm not saying moon in 7 days. I'm showing what the chart shows us. Usually we see a breakout to either side before it closes into itself. Could not agree more. In the grand scheme of things, XRP still accumulating within the 23.6 fib zone, which a lot of people don't realize, and it's literally beyond me that people overlook the fact that the price of XRP is actually accumulating in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. I would understand if we're in the 78.6 and people are complaining. I would understand if we're below the 78.6 and people are complaining. We're in the 23.6. Literally, if you understand technical analysis, you guys know what that means. But take a look at this. So CoinDesk policy and regulation, market structure, fintech, and banking into the global marketplace. And the speakers are Laurel, who of course is the global co-head of policy at Ripple, Lee Berner, who's the head of public policy of digital assets at Goldman Sachs. And this is what is getting people excited within the XRP community. So look what Subjective View says. I'm really curious what Ripple and Goldman Sachs have to say at this policy and regulation event hosted by CoinDesk. Is there going to be a collaboration, or are we going to hear some sort of a partnership, or is this going to be about how the banking sector is going to revolutionize itself under the blockchain infrastructure? Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are. As of now, complete speculation, but this date is coming sooner than we think. We're already a week into the month of September, and this is on September the 10th. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But look at this. Shout out to the XRPL, Adam. Take a look at this. So in, disputable XRP facts. I love the way, he or she has put this. So XRP has been used for remittance and cross-border payments for years and will continue to do so. XRP also is a lot more than just what Ripple is doing. See real-world assets, equity, asset tokenization, DeFi, NFTs, etc. Hundreds or even thousands of projects building on top of the XRPL ledger or implementing the native token, which of course is XRP. And then, they go into the RLUSD, the stablecoin side. So RLUSD is rapidly closing in on 1 billion market cap and a top 100 token. It will be backbone of liquidity for DeFi on the XRPL. Stablecoins will eat banks alive if they don't adopt and implement current stablecoins dominating the market. Number 4, publicly traded companies are buying XRP to hold on their balance sheets, and there are 15 XRP ETFs waiting for approval by the SEC. And last but not least, XRP is the third highest market cap L1, has one of the highest holder base in all crypto, and has been the longest in the top 10 outside of BTC. 100% agree with all these facts that, Adam has said. So shout out to Adam for that. And again, when you look at it from this perspective, just a continuous reminder about what Ripple and, XRPL is really doing, and how far this project has really come. And I'm sure 99% of the true XRP holders believe that and understand that, but there are obviously those other people that just want instant gratification, price to moon, and blah blah blah, yada yada yada. That's not going to happen. There's going to be consolidation. There's going to be a sideways momentum. There's going to be boring days, and I'm sure a lot of you understand that. But take a look at this. Cryptocurrencies like XRP, XLM, and IOTA are incorporating the ISO 222 standard, a crucial change towards traditional digital systems interoperability. This standard, more efficient, secure, and flexible, presents opportunities for cryptocurrencies by allowing integration with traditional banking systems in a safer and more efficient way. And this, of course, is documented. But now let's take a look at what's happening with the price of XRP. So as far as the dominance is concerned, 58.53%, pulling down from September 5th high. This is nice to see, of course. BTC, on the other hand, 110,528 going into Sunday morning, still in this upwards trend. Obviously, I'm not going to bore you guys with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in this upward trajectory as of now. Nothing has been invalidated, but yes, the swings are still happening, which does tend to have a market become a little bit volatile. But now, if you're looking at XRP, ranging really nicely, replicating what's happening with BTC, and we're currently sitting at $2.82 right now. As you can see, as we are trying to break towards the upside, some resistance coming in our way. If this is able to break out, I am anticipating that $2.90 to be retested again very quick, and then after that onwards, we go to that $3 key range, which we were at just on August 28th. So, so far so good. Like what I'm seeing here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Love each and every one of you guys, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.